Hi, everyone. Gene Nichols with you here on Community Roundup, and thanks so much for joining us once again. We come to you from the K-News studios here at Alpha Media. So happy to welcome to our microphones John Soulliere, who is with CV Water Counts, a collaborative effort of all the water agencies out here. John is with the Mission Springs Water District, and we're talking about water conservation. John, welcome to our microphones.
Great to be here, Gene. Thanks for having me.
Okay, let's turn the clock back. Almost 2 years, right? June 2015, we get the
Correct.
big mandate from the state of California. We're in major drought. Everybody has to conserve. And apparently out here in the Coachella Valley, we have done exactly that.
Yeah, our customers out here have responded wonderfully. This is an oasis, but yet we've learned that a sustainable lifestyle says water wise all the way.
CV Water Counts was put into effect, in essence, to try to encourage and get people to understand the need to conserve. And I guess over the past couple of years here in the Coachella Valley, we've outdone a lot of bigger areas in doing that water conservation best.
We have, I think, set a great standard, especially for, a desert community. I think our customers' responses to the calls for conservation were received somewhat well. And as you know, we've reached a 25 billion gallon mark, which is phenomenal, with somewhere around 500,000 people total in the valley. That's a lot of water saved. We're proud of our customers. We're proud of their response. We think we've done a lot for long-term water sustainability for the Coachella Valley's future.
And when we look at water conservation here in California, lo and behold, we started getting snow, we started getting rain, and now the whole idea of drought, even though it can happen again at any time, it doesn't seem to be as critical. But is there an idea or a chance, John, that some of the conservation that we have developed over the past couple of years, new habits, might be able to take hold, and it's something we can just enjoy going forward as a lifestyle of conserving?
You had the key words, Gene. It could happen anytime. And, throughout the history of California, it's like a roller coaster. You get wet years, you get dry years. And what we need to do is find the sustainable in between. And I think what we've done through this last couple of years is woken up a lot of people all over the state, not just in our valley. And they've realized, for sustainability, we've got to have and adopt a new normal so that in the dry years, we actually have a sustainable supply. And the great thing about the valley, of course, is we've got wonderful groundwater aquifers that are being replenished as we speak, and the water supply is going to carry us through. And that's the kind of balanced life we're kind of trying to promote through water conservation. So most people have responded. They've adjusted their budgets for using less water, and they've gotten used to it. We may see maybe a little bump for people who were really, putting off gardens and so forth. But generally speaking, we believe that we've achieved a new normal in water use and a new conscious awareness of what makes sense for a desert region.
John, how critical has it been that a lot of the water agencies out here in the desert started offering some perks and discounts and some big benefits for people to get rid of their lawn, get rid of the grass, go to desert landscaping? Has that been really influential in getting that conservation to 25 billion gallons in 2 years?
I think it has helped a lot because, as you know, outdoor landscaping, particularly prior to the declaration of the drought in 2015, was accounting for about 75% of domestic water use in our valley. And a lot of that was going on turf. And, people enjoy turf. It's cool, it's pretty, it's green. And a lot of people have come here from areas of the world, if you will, that green is normal. And I think what we've learned and what we've really been promoting is the beauty of desert landscaping is something that is desirable. And if it's done right, it can be done in a way that you don't lose value in your home. It's attractive. And a lot of turf has been replaced, millions of square feet. In fact, through the work of the 5 water agencies, through the Integrated Regional Water Management Plan, we've been able to secure multiple funding rounds for dollars through Proposition 84, the big water bond, that have helped each of the districts in the valley assist their customers in reducing that turf square footage. And we believe that has a lot to do with it. But that's not all. I think people are more conscientious about leaks that have been undetected. I think they're more conscientious about low flow plumbing fixtures. A lot of us did toilet replacement programs as well. So every little thing adds up. People don't let their hose run down the driveway when they wash their car anymore. these kinds of things have also helped in helping people understand the value of watering at certain times. And just the little things, Gene, and they've all added up to a great big number.
And speaking of a great big number, John, I noticed in some of the details that they had sent me before our interview here, and comparing 25 billion gallons of water, because that's an awful lot of gallons for somebody to put together in their minds. But when you look at some of the way 25 billion gallons of water would add up, it would be nearly 38,000 Olympic-size swimming pools. Then you can get an idea on just, if you put back to back to back nearly 38,000 Olympic-sized swimming pools and filled them all with water, you're getting an idea on just how much water we have saved.
You are correct. What we're attempting to do through the information we're putting out about what 25 billion gallons means is help people grasp it. It's kind of like the federal debt. Everybody talks about these millions and billions and trillions. Nobody gets what that really means, but when you can bring it down in water in 25 billions into how many Bellagio fountains, for instance, how many pools, like you said, how many baths and so forth, then people go, wow, that is significant. The other thing about that is for those who really, I was going to say dove in, but that's kind of corny, isn't it?
No, that works.
Into conservation, they translate that savings into, dollars. And I think dollars speak loudly. So I think a lot of people have realized it that way. But for people to grasp 25 billion gallons, that is a lot of water, especially since, in our valley, people use about a half to 3/4 of an acre foot of water a year. And, you're talking about 150,000 to 175,000 gallons a year. And so when you talk 25 billion, if you want to run the math, you're talking about a lot of savings, a lot of households worth of savings.
The CV Water Counts website is a great source for information going forward. Folks can always tap into that and get the very latest on what this collaborative is doing to try to ensure that we stay on that conservation track.
Yes, CVWatercounts.com is a wealth of information about a lot of ways to save water, a lot more about each of the partner agencies. If you don't know who your water district is, you can go in there and type in a zip code or a location. It will tell you who your water district is. And each water agency continues to incentivize for people who are looking to reduce their water footprint. It's a great site. It's a beautiful site. And then it will also link to each agency's site. And, of course, we've all got information on our sites to help as well. So cvwatercounts.com.
And we certainly don't want to have any kind of ongoing competition, but would you say Mission Springs Water District still has the best tasting water out here, John?
If I don't say that, I'm in big trouble. It's a great water. It's a great water supply. We continue to compete. Last year, we were still in the top 10 internationally in the largest tasting competition. I got to tell you, Gene, that tasting competition has grown exponentially, and we still are holding our own, so we're happy about it. And that's the thing. When you think about not just the importance of water, but the high quality of the water that we have generally in the valley, it is a precious thing. It's not something we want to waste. And I think once CV Water Counts and the 5 agencies of the Coachella Valley empowered our customers with the tools, they see the value as well, and they responded wonderfully.
Go to cvwatercounts.com, get more information about how you can continue to conserve and new tips and perks for doing it more so going forward and making sure that we have a very wet future, so to speak. John Soulliere has been my guest. He's with the Mission Springs Water District, and he also is, of course, a member of this CV Water Counts nonprofit collaborative here in the desert, focused all about water conservation, just by making all of us aware and a little informed about what we have to do to save a few drops here and there, and it all adds up. John, so great to catch up with you. Thanks so much, and we'll continue to do our part, and we'll get the tips we need from your great website there going forward. Make sure the desert, even though we're going to be one of the drier areas of California all the time, that we don't go dry long before we have to.
Great, Gene. I appreciate your time, and thanks for giving us a little bit of time to talk about the wonderful work that CV Water Counts and the 5 agencies are doing in order to create sustainability in water supply for the future of the Coachella Valley.
Great to have you with us, John. Thanks so much.
Okay, bye-bye.
I'm Gene Nichols. This is Community Roundup.